Hey, what up? How's everyone doing? It's Vince the Beast, Team Fitness Major, here on our Shit Talking Sundays Fitness Tip of the Week. It is Wednesday, of course, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Time. I hope everyone is having a great, healthy, and productive day. Hope you're staying safe and well. I know it's cold and flu season is really high going around, so I hope everyone is staying safe and make sure that you are taking the things to help prevent you from getting sick and staying active and fit so that you can try to avoid and or lessen the blow when it comes to getting your getting sick. So like I said, this is the last weekend in November. Hope everyone had a great turkey day. Got to enjoy themselves and their loved ones. Um, like I said, this is Shit Talking Sundays with AG the Dad and yours truly, of course. So uh, make sure that you remember to like, subscribe, comment, share, and or donate. Um, this is a little bit different looking platform, but we are still going strong. Do have really uh, some few changes coming up in the near future. They're going to be for the good, positive stuff. So stay tuned, stay locked in. Again, make sure that you are committed and committing others, or at least giving them the open invitation to come and join and get some of this content. As you guys know, of course, I'm Vince the Beast. The company is Fitness Major. You can hit us up anytime if you want to get an inquiry, get some information at teamfitnessmajor.com. If you want to take on and do a free consultation to see if we have a program or if we have a fit that lines up with you, definitely go on to the new client survey on the website and we'll get back to you, go over your survey with you, and talk about different options and how the program works and what options are available for you. Doesn't matter where you are, California to New York, even overseas or another country. Make sure that everyone has opportunities as long as you have internet. We do have a great proactive virtual programming for those that are not in close proximity. Even if you are, we have programs, of course, like I said. So if you want to just go ahead and send me a text or drop me or give me a call, you can call at 916-410-1950. And also you can email at fitnessmajor@gmail.com. So AG is going to be in and out. Um, he was taking care of his health. I was taking care of my health earlier this week as well. Still doing good, going strong. So it's all good. But I do want to talk about, we are talking about getting ready for New Year's, getting ready for Christmas, getting ready for our resolutions, getting ready to take on this new journey or continue the journey. So one of the things that a lot of people talk about, and this is a great time of year to talk about it with your family and loved ones too. But a lot of things that people want to talk about is the budget, the finances, when it comes to hiring a fitness trainer, joining the new gym, taking classes, yeah, massages, all the things that are beneficial to your health. So there's going to be a lot of advertisement coming out about gym memberships and classes and different programs and studios. A lot of trainers start putting out heavy content about the programs that they have and any New Year's kickoffs, specials, challenges that come around. People do starting in the next, over the next 30, 45 days. So it's a good time to really align yourself and to start looking at your budget wise. Also, it's a good way. Again, we are trying to create a healthy lifestyle, and we're going to talk about the best way to do that. And in line with what the conversation is, and along line with the topic, um, you can also it goes in line with that as well, a way to save the hurt from the finances when it comes to dealing with getting ready for whatever this thing goes forward. So, like I said, a health budget plan. So when I say that, I'm just really talking about what we do and how we do it when it comes to eating out, when it comes to fast food. A lot of people do DoorDash. I don't do DoorDash. Kids do DoorDash, but it is. I mean, I've done it a couple times for them, and it's more expensive than going out to get it yourself. Of course, they compensate for um, I guess the gas and everything, the convenience of it all. But I mean, sometimes I would order food, and it was like the cost for the delivery was as much as the food, which is ridiculous, in my opinion. That's why I don't do it. But also, you got the factors of people not delivering your food on time, um, to delivering to the wrong location. You see the videos of people trying other people's food. I mean, trying the people's food and taking people's food, and you know what? That's just a lot. Especially with, like I said, cold season. Here we are. I see a lot of people pick up stuff at DoorDash and deliver, and no gloves are being worn. So it comes into, again, taking care of your health and everything with that. And you're typically not doing DoorDash. DoorDash doesn't do like, I know they have grocery shopping and things like that, but most of the time people are ordering fast food. So you're usually not picking the best choices anyway. So we want to talk about that, and I kind of hit into a little bit about about the budget when it comes to DoorDash. But it really goes down to what sacrifices are you willing to make? Because if nothing else, starting this journey out, it I mentioned it before, it requires commitment, and it also requires some sacrifice. Obviously the simple sacrifice, the easy, uh, the big sacrifice that you make in that is glaring is, you're going to take out, a lot of unhealthy eating habits, and you're going to make time to go to the gym. So, of course, we all have working lives, and we have to make money, and I know some people are better off than others. So, we really want to sit down and really go over and look at our budget. So, and there are people that they have their monthly budget, and they map it out, their spending, their bills, their mortgage, all their miscellaneous money, and our free money, and people really can be really good at that. But it's really important when it comes to creating a fitness plan, especially if you are going to be going out there and seeking counsel from a trainer, or joining a gym, or a group, or a class. You're going to, obviously, it's going to cost you some money. And you don't want that to be the reason to why you don't do it. So it's so important to make sure that you understand how to properly prepare, because what we say, proper planning prevents poor performance. All right, so you want to make sure that you are preparing properly for the journey ahead, both mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially. So, dropping a tab again, if you've done this, or if you're one of the people, that are go out to eat regularly. There are people that, happy hour, they plan that weekly, or they say, especially now that you are a lot of people are working remote. One thing I understand that from being home most of the time is that, I want to get out. I want to get out and go somewhere. I don't. I'm tired of sitting in the house. I'm tired of sitting here looking at my walls or looking at my TV or even hell looking at my family. Some cases, just being real shit talking Sundays. You might be just tired of seeing those same walls and seeing that same environment. So you want to get out. You want to go out and you want to enjoy a nice, and what is the commonality when it comes to gatherings and getting together is food. So you want to go out there and you want to get something to eat. You want to spend some money. We know, which is fine. It's all about planning. I'm not saying that you can't go out or you shouldn't go out to eat, but you know, as a trainer over a decade now, one of the easy, I gotta put it right, one of the easy or one of the easy, mm, I'm drawing a blank on the word, but anyway, one of the ways that people, questions that people have is how much does it cost? And sometimes people will say, oh, I'm on a fixed income now, or I'm on a budget, or I can't afford it. And in some cases that is true. And there just are some people that can't afford certain things, which is one of the reasons why me as a fitness professional, I designed and created different formats and formulas for you. So, of course, we have the one on one, in person, face to face, just you and I, personal training, right? And we talked about that before when we talked about group fitness versus one on one or personal training. So, again, if you don't remember that show, or if you didn't listen to that show, go back to the archives, check them out on the YouTube when we talked about that. But obviously, the benefit of one on one is you are working personally with a professional by yourself, and there is a design based solely on you and your goals, which is great. But of course, anything that requires that it comes down to the one on one, or comes down to when it's just personal, individualized, it can be a little more of a financial strain on your pockets, right? So then, also we have like the group fitness aspect, which is a little, more cost effective because you're still getting that training, you're still with still with a person face to face, but it's not solely about you. It's not based on exactly what you might want or need. It might check usually it checks a lot of the boxes, but a lot of times it doesn't check all the boxes, which is fine though, especially if you're new and you're getting started or you're trying to reignite that spark. But then also we have the online, like I said, the virtual programming, which obviously is even more cost effective because for you because it doesn't take up a specific time slot, or it doesn't take up a lot of time in one setting, right? So, but even with that, there still might be some obstacles and might be some problems, or you might want to progress and graduate over to doing more in person or one on ones. So it is, and it's just good in general to relieve some stress. And we talked about stress being one of the four pillars, right? Reducing your stress level, which is one of the great reasons why exercise is important. But you don't want to be trying to stress on how am I going to do these workouts? How am I going to join this program? How am I going to acquire these services? Because then that's going to raise your cortisol, and it's going to distract you when it comes to trying to get to your goals and become a healthier, better you, right? So, I've sat down with some people in the past, and we looked at and we mapped out and laid out. What do you do? What's your regular day? What's your budget? What do you do on a weekly basis? So one of the things a lot of people tend to do is eating out. So when you think about eating out, right? Well, let's just start the normal day. This is pre-COVID, and it even does apply now. People still do that. So in the morning, you're on the way to work. Where do you know, a lot of people tend to stop at like a Starbucks or a Dutch Brothers, and they want to get their coffee. And especially like maybe you're not a breakfast eater. So you add on that coffee with like a muffin or bagel, or who knows. I mean, you may even start off with a donut with the coffee or whatever you drink, tea, coffee. Well, the average coffee is running you about $6, $7 per. So let's just go on the regular 9 to 5, 5 days a week. So now you're going there. You're stopping there every morning on your way to work. Especially now it's cold. I want something warm. I want something warm and toasty. I want to feel good, and I want to get that spark. So now again you're spending $6, $7. So add that, multiply that, by 5, and we look at the number on that, right? And that's not included. Say you are a person that gets the bagel. Say you get the bagel just half of that time, and the bagel is what, $4 or $5, right? So you get the bagel like 3 times a week. You put those numbers in, right? And then you of course you tally that up for the month. So now we're looking at 20 times a month that you're spending that money, right? That's $6, $7, or with the bagel, 11, $12. So you look at little simple things, and again, there's a lot of little things like that you don't pay attention to, you don't really understand, or you know, you don't take that into account on your day to day, on when it comes to your budget. So again, so 5 days a week, um, no, $6. Let's just say $6. So now you're looking at 30. So you add that, multiply that times 4. You're looking at $120 just for like your drink in the morning, just the morning. And a lot of people don't tend to pack a lunch. And another convenience is a lot of places. No, depending on where you work, you may have like a little kitchen that you got that has a cook there, um, or they serve food there, and you buy the food. Or again, then they have the conveniences. Now they got food trucks that they come to different companies. They come to different areas that are close by. So now you tally that up, and the food truck. I mean, an average lunch nowadays is about $10 to $15. So you got to eat, right? Especially if you're that person that just gets up in the morning and you don't eat breakfast. You don't really have anything, so you just do the coffee, or maybe the coffee and the bagel. So naturally, you're going to be hungry, right? So now you're spending another. Let's just put it in the middle, $12, and that's again 5 days a week, right? Or let's just say you bring a lunch one day a week, or your company has like a little potluck for you on Fridays or whatever. So let's just break that down to 4 days a week, and again multiply that by 4 weeks, right? So now you can put that money in along with that morning Starbucks coffee. And I already mentioned, we talked about happy hour. So let's say happy hour, you go out, you have a couple cocktails, 2 drinks, whatever, and you also, when you're going to eat, because you don't want to drink on an empty stomach, and you haven't really ate much today. You only had like one meal. So even with happy hour, let's say the drinks are $3. You get two drinks, and then the happy hours. I mean, it depends on you. Like a lot of people, they eat. The finger foods are usually what you get with the happy hours, right? So happy hour, you're running between $6 to $12. That's on happy hour, but that's like one. That's like for one snack, or no, one little finger food. So you might get 2 finger foods. So now say average out $8 each. So now you're looking at 16 plus the 2 drinks. Let's say it's like $3 or whatever, $4, and add that up. Or let's say that you go out to dinner. Now dinner is running you average could go out to eat dinner per person. I mean, this is on like the low end. It's like $20. I mean, fast food is running like $15 by itself, like a McDonald's or In and Out, whatever. But if you go to like a restaurant to eat, Not even a high end restaurant, just a regular old standard little hangout spot. Like, and they have happy hours there. So yeah, you get the full meal. So now you, instead of the even with the like I said, even with the happy hour, you're still running about $20. So let's say you're running about $25 because you're getting dinner. And let's just say you do that 4 days a week again. Half hour you go Monday. So let's just say so 3 or 4 days a week. So Wednesday to Friday or Tuesday to Friday, whatever. Tuesday usually Taco Tuesday, so you go out and eat there. And then Wednesday again happy hour. Thursday, Friday, of course, it's happy hour. So you tally all that up, and that's just 5 days in the week. So that's not even to mention like what you do on the weekend. So let's just say you do cook once or twice on over the weekend, but then you might be football's coming on, so you go to a bar to watch football, or there's a fight on Saturday night, going to watch fights, or you go watch college football on Saturday, or there's baseball, there's basketball. So let's just say you cook, say you do breakfast at home on both of those days. Unless maybe you might go to church. If you have early church, a lot of people they go to church. What do you do after church? You go out and you eat. Again, lunch is costing about $15, between 15 and $20 just for lunch nowadays. So again, I'm saying that to say you tally all that up, and let's say you don't cut out eating out fast food. Let's say you pack a lunch 3 days a week, right? Preferably like four, but let's just say 3 days a week. You take that 15 to $20 from the food truck or from the kitchen and downstairs or in the lobby or wherever you at, or the little place next door to your company office. You take that and you take 3 days out of that, and then you take, instead of doing the bagel and the coffee, let's say you make your own coffee at home. You go buy some coffee or you buy some tea bags, and you do that. And let's just even say, go with the bagel. You have a toaster and you buy the bagel yourself, and you do the bagel in the morning, and you save that money. Now, of course, you have money that you take the go back to the numbers of Starbucks is $6, $7, right? So now you're just doing the at home, so you're saving that money. And instead of the bagel, that's about $5. You're saving that money, and you do that. You do that. Say that you do that every day. Okay, let's say Friday or one day a week, you decide to treat yourself, and you go to Starbucks. So let's say 4 days, you cut that out. Again, look, just I'm just going over the numbers, and you look at the numbers of how much you save on that. Just that alone can get you most of all the standard gym memberships. It can get you to join, the average fitness class that goes about 3 4 days a week is going to run you about 150 to $200. Now, you just that alone. Now, and if you think about it, I only talked about lunch. I only talked about breakfast. I haven't even got to dinner or savings for dinner. So, just that alone could cover a group class. Or say you wanted to do an online program. Online program is less than that. So you can get an online program or around about that. It depends on how personal you want to get with the programs. So now you can afford a program for a whole month with a trained professional to give you coaching, to give you programming, and to give you direction, right? And to be there to provide that motivation that you need, right? Again, I've even talked about dinner. So obviously, if you want to make a greater sacrifice by going and we talk about dinner and say you cook. It's a great time of year, especially if you have like a slow cooker, a crock pot, an air fryer. It's a great time of year to start making like chilies and soups, things that are healthy, nutritious. You can mix and match. You can create your own style. You can put different things into your meals that you might normally not use or might not be traditional. You can make these meals that will stretch that will bring higher nutritional value and will be a lot cheaper than you going to eat. So let's talk about dinner now, real quick. So let's say that the dinner, right? Again, average, just per person is about 20, 25, about $25. Let's say $25, you know, and that may be with or without the tip, right? And that's just you, right? So let's say you have a family of three or four. So now you go out with the family, what you're spending 70, no 80, 100 some bucks. You know how much groceries you can buy with that? You know how far that can stretch out over a week span? Just think about 100 bucks to go shopping with, food, grocery shopping. And just going for some basic the basic fundamentals. Get your oatmeal, $4, right? You can get a 4 or 5 whatever pound of, bag of chicken. It might be $20. Vegetables, fruits, they don't cost you anything. Let's say to get all your at least about 3 or 4 vegetables, 3 or 4 fruits. You're gonna spend about another 20, $25. We're only halfway in that one meal budget, right? We're only halfway. That's like $50. And then snacks and knickknacks, right? Healthy snacks, healthy yogurts and granola, things like that. Another $20. So now you have your snacks, you have your breakfast, you have, you get some other things for like your eggs or bacon or whatever you want to add to your breakfast. You got fruits, you got vegetables, you got your protein. That's just a bag of chicken. So if obviously if you're not just doing chicken, if you want to do some fish, that might bring you up to your that $100 or 90 some dollars, right? And then of course, like I say, if we're talking about if you get a bag of tea or if you get the coffee grounds or whatever, that's one. This is that $100 is all for this one meal one day. Now, if you have a family of four, you might have to double that up. But let's talk about again. If you go out twice, that covers that. Just dinner, not even we're not talking about lunch or breakfast or anything else. Just dinner. If you look at that, that's going to cover two of those for the whole week. So now you have this extra money, right? And you're going to get healthier options, which is going to fill your palate more. It's going to provide you with more sustained fullness and nutrition, and it's going to help to get you started on the goals. And this is something again that if we have a family of 3 or 4, now you have that family time together. You can have the kids do the prep work, and you can do the cooking, or the kids can do or the kids can do the cleanup work, and someone else can do the prepping. You do the cooking, however you want to do it. Or you guys can do it all, mix and match it all together. So you get that family time, which is another thing that is not very high when it comes to households these days either, because people are working longer hours, and then they come home and they're tired. So again, you go out and you go to fast food, and you go to fast food. A lot of times you're not sitting there, having conversations, or you really don't have that private time or that intimate moment to where you guys can just home in and focus on yourselves, because you're out. Even if you are having conversations at the table at the restaurant, there's still other conversations going around. There's other people around. All these other things that factor in, and you're going to save. And you're going to save on top of that. You're going to save gas money, because obviously you have to come home, you have to clean up, you have to get your kids or get your family, whoever. Everyone has to get back in the car. You have to go to the restaurant, wherever it's at. Say it's 5-10 miles on average away, right? Then you have to do that, and you have to drive another 5-10 miles back to the home. Again, multiplying that over the week. So you're going to save your money from the gas. You're going to save the money from the food. You don't really have to tip anybody. You can tip yourself. You can tip yourself by getting a personal trainer, or by buying a new cooking apparatus or machine to work to create more meals. To buy a recipe book. And again, you know what you're eating. You're eating things that are higher in value. And my favorite is you get leftovers. I'm a huge fan of leftovers. So leftovers is a is a friend of the house, and we frequent pretty often. So again, but at the end of the day, really, you look at again. You look at if I save you 100. No, if I save you about $200, um, 300 bucks a week, right? Multiply that again times four. Now, now you have more money to do a lot of things. You have more money to buy fitness equipment if you're trying to do stuff at home. You have money to go to a gym and get a gym membership, even for you and the family. At this point, you have enough money to join a different specialty class if you have if you have a special desire, something that you really like cycling or yoga or some boot camp, in a private studio or a gym, kickboxing, whatever. Or you have money to acquire a personal trainer. Um, you know, Personal trainers. They have personal trainers like me. For years I did in-home training. I came to you. I came to your house. I came to the park you wanted to meet at or wherever. I came to you, so you didn't have to worry about going in and paying a membership on top of the training. You just had to pay for my services and my time. So there are so many different things that you can do just by saving. Just again, I didn't even touch the weekends. All these numbers I talked about cutting back on eating out at dinner. I talked about instead of going to Starbucks, buying the stuff and eating at home and preparing your tea or your coffee at home. I talked about packing a lunch so you don't have to buy lunch from the food truck or from the restaurant. I haven't even touched the weekend. It just a lot of it depends on you. Even if you say the weekend, we talked about you might cook twice. So let's say you cook 4 times in the weekend and you ate out the other 2 times. That's going to you're not cutting out your social time or your social life, or you're still able to do some things, but you're also able to do the things that are beneficial to your soul, to your inner self, to your health, by uh, eating better food, more quality food, um, eating enough, having enough for you, for your family, for today and tomorrow, particularly. Saving money on gas, saving money on courtesy and tips and valets and or whatever you're into. It's going to cut back, and it's going to take again. It's going to take that stress off. It's going to take that worry off. So when you come and sit down with me on January 5th or 6th, like, yeah, I really want to do. I'm really serious about it this year. I've been talking about it for about 2 years now. I really want to get on track. I want to lose 30 pounds. I want to get my health back. I want to be able to go out and dance with my girlfriends. I want to be able to go and just be able to jog again. I want to be able to have a social life again. I want to build my confidence up again. I want to do this. I want to do that. Oh, well, yeah, but my money's kind of tight. So before we get to that point, again, let's really, if nothing else, take this month coming up, December, right? Take this month because a lot of people talk about, oh, I'm gonna start in January. I'm gonna start in January. Well, you might start like the physical aspect of like going to the gym or training in January, but start all this other stuff now and get a realistic viewpoint and give yourself a real deal assessment of where you are and what you're really doing and what really goes where, and really mark down your why. This is a great time to start preparing mentally and start putting your whys in place, because your why is going to be there when you say, well, what am I willing to sacrifice? How much am I willing to sacrifice? Well, if you know why you're sacrificing, it's going to help to lift that why up. It's going to lift that motivation to say, okay, I'm going to do this because this is my why. So because I want this, I'm prioritizing this, I'm going to scale back, or I'm going to sacrifice this. There is no athlete, there is no trainer, there's no bodybuilder, there is nobody that's had a health and fitness transformation without sacrificing. Talk to anybody that you know of or that you see in the gym that has made a transformation, that has transformed their health, their lifestyle. Ask them, and I guarantee you 100% of the time they'll say, well, I had to start doing this, I had to stop doing this, I had to give up this, I had to implement this, I had to make these sacrifices, I had to make these changes. That's going to be the language you're going to hear universal with anybody that has changed their lifestyle and has created a fitter, healthier body. That you cannot straddle the fence, you cannot try to just be on one side and jump back and forth and yo-yo. You have to pick a side and you have to go with it. And you have to go with intent. You have to go with focus, determination. You have to properly prepare to prevent this poor performance that you've had in the past. To prevent that from still going forward. So there's stop looking in the rearview mirror at what used to happen and what has happened. There's a reason why in a car that they have the rearview mirror is about this big and your windshield is whatever times big that. So it's a bigger picture in the future. You're not meant to be steady looking back in your rearview mirror. You are meant to look forward into the bigger picture, and see what's in front of you, because that's the way that you're heading. So how you want to go there is totally up to you, but you have to decide. Again, change begins with you. You have to decide what it is I'm willing to do to get there, to change that, to look like this, to feel like this, to activate these things, to be able to enjoy this or that or whatever. To make that change, it has to start with what I just gave you. So you have the blueprint, you have the formula, you have the format, and of course, again, if you need help with that, if you need some guidance with that, there's apps, of course, that you can put your budget in there. You have people like trainers like myself that can sit down with you and just go over, talk about where you are and look at your finances and really determine what you're going to be able to afford and give you, of course, what it's going to cost. So that, because it's one thing to start budgeting, but it's also good to know what it is I'm budgeting for. Like, how much do I have to budget? What is the actual cost? So just like when you go to buy a car or when you look to buy a house, you don't just start putting money together and say, oh, well, I'm going to go look at a house and just let me put money here. Or, I need a car. I want to get a car. I have a specific car I want. I want this type of car. I want it to have these features. Well, if I don't know how much it costs, I'm just going to start saving money and then I'll figure it out later. No, it's good to know what it is that you're going to invest in. What is that going to cost you? So it can give you that greater vision of what do I need to do, where do I need to sacrifice, where do I need to scale back, so that I can get to that where I can afford that, where I can purchase that. So it's great to do that. And again, this is a great time of year to start for a lot of reasons. Another reason is it is Christmas is coming around. People want ask you what kind of gifts do you want, or aren't sure what to give people these days. A lot of times these days, a great gift is just to give somebody some fresh cash, or to give them, or even had this before, where their spouse or their friend or their family member has reached out to me and just bought the package for them in advance. So it is a great time to start mentioning these things and having these conversations, like I talked about in the previous show about family time. You guys are talking together, Thanksgiving, you guys are sitting around. It's a good time to start talking about your goals, talking about your whys, talking about what you're going to do, what you want to do, so that you can, again, get that accountability up, but also maybe give people an idea like, okay, they seem serious this year. They seem like they really want to do this. Or, you know what, I want to help them in this journey. I want to support them in this process. So one thing I can do, especially like those that don't live in your area, one thing I can do is I can pay it forward. I can get them started on that first month, or get them on that first session, that first package, or whatever. I can get them started with that. So there's a lot of reasons why this is so important to start now, because again, people don't just wake up one day. Most of the time, it does happen, but it's very rare when they wake up and say, "I'm going to change my life today. I'm going to do a full 180 and just go." And have success. It happens. It is not common. Typically, you have to ramp up and build up. So it's a good thing to start understanding what all the steps there need to be taken, what sacrifices, and what are all the different things that you need to account for. Money is one of them, of course. So you want to eliminate that from being in your reasons of why you cannot do it, or one of your excuses on why at this time this isn't going to work, because you don't want to be that person 5 years from now saying, I should have did it then, I didn't, now I have high blood pressure, now I have diabetes, now I got to get a leg amputated, whatever. You don't want to be that person to say I should have, but now look at me. Now I'm asthmatic. I'm on these breathing treatments. I'm having to get medications every month, multiple medications every month, just to be able to function throughout the day on things that I could have prevented by just getting up and moving forward. Again, thank you everyone for coming on. And again, if you have questions, if you have comments, if you have any feedback, you can always drop a message either live or after. You can hit me up if you have questions about anything today or going forward, or just in general for yourself or for a loved one. You can hit us up, teamfitnessmajor.com. You can also hit the phone number 916-410-1950, or the email at fitnessmajor@gmail.com. And you can hit AG up. I don't have his number, but you can hit AG up also. Obviously, he's the catalyst for the program, and he also can reach me as well. So
Yeah. If you need my number, I'm not giving it to you on this edition, on this episode. I'm not even giving you his number this episode. If you want either of those contact information, because you didn't write it down, either rewind, rewind, rewind the tape and watch it again, or go to a previous episode, or watch a future episode. Otherwise, you ain't getting it. We're not repeating it again. None of that. But I will say, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button if you find this useful. Um, we aim to help you to understand what is your why. I found out my why a long time ago, and you know what? I'm even going to include my why to y'all. If there's someone out there that wishes to get healthy, and you are willing to commit to a particular time, 5 days a week, you can come with me. If you are in the Sacramento area and you're willing to work out between the hours of 6 a.m. and 8 a.m., Monday through Friday, I will help work with you for free for 1 month. Okay? AG the dad is going to give that up to you to help kickstart your health. So if you need my number, watch a previous episode or wait till next episode. But I'm going to do that for two people. The first two people that reach out to me, I'm going to make sure that you can work out for 30 days for free with me, AG the dad. If you're in the Sacramento area in California, reach out and no excuses. I want my
Yeah.
fans to be healthy because every day is shit talking Sundays. And I mean, anything else you got to say? Can you top that, bruh? Are you gonna give away some free, uh, uh, you know, fitness training? I mean, what we do? You know, matter of fact, yes, you are. If you call him right now, he will give you a free consultation. That's right, absolutely free. I'm gonna make the call. Free consultation. I'm giving you a free consultation. You just tell him AG the dad sent you, and you're gonna get a free consultation. Um, Once again, I'm not giving you the number. Rewind the tape, or watch previous episode, or the next episode. But remember, it's two for me, and as many uh, people that want free consultations as he can handle. So, um, unless you got anything else to add, is we finished or is we done?
I mean, that about sums it up. We just gotta wait for them to make that call now. It's balls in their court. What they
Yep, you
gonna do
guys,
with it?
or email me, something. But the first two, that's it. Sacramento area, the first two only for 30 days. And matter of fact, we ain't going to no little cheapo gym. We going to one of those good, chains. Don't worry about it. So, with
Okay.
that being said, I'm AG the Dad. That's Vince the Beast with Team Fitness Major. Thank you for tuning in to Fitness Tip of the Week, Shit Talking Sunday style. Till next week, hey, be blessed, be safe, and be kind to each other. All right? Peace.